welcome to my channel, Fat to Keto. My friends call me Jelly. I've used the ketogenic journey to lose 205 pounds. Yep, that's right, 205 pounds. I never thought I could do it. It's amazing to me. I still have some to go, but it's okay. I'll get there sooner or later. If you're new to my channel and you want to follow along with me losing the water weight I have on right now, which is about 5 pounds of water weight, and if you want to see me lose my 16 last pounds, so that's a total of 21 pounds. 5 of it is water weight. I know this for sure, and I'll explain why in just a minute. Then hit subscribe. I upload almost daily as stuff on Sunday mornings usually. I wasn't able to really upload that much last week, and I had a lot of people worried about me, but I was trying to put the little post up there so y'all know my internet was down. I had download speed, but no upload speed. So to upload videos to the internet, you need some upload speed, right? I mean, I barely have any as it is. I have 1 gigabyte usually, which takes about, for a 10-minute video, could take 5 hours. A 20-minute video could take about 12, and so on and so on. So I have to fight with it every night already, and it was going to be like 72 hours for a 20-minute video. I did not get my yoga video out last week, and then I went and lost it. So this Friday, I'm going to do double videos back to back, probably, of the yoga video. If you're new to my channel, don't freak out. My head does shake a little. They think it's from a torn ligament that is in my fingers all the way up into behind my brain area, which is no big deal. I've had tons of things for it. I was supposed to have physical therapy. I had some, and then the coronavirus hit, and that's just not possible anymore. Yay, right? And then I was ridiculously stupid and decided to redo my whole house. I put that in a video all by itself. If you want to check it out, it's about 9 minutes long. And between the painting and carrying all the big giant stands and a huge desk, I mean, this desk is 60 something inches long, really wide, really heavy. I had to make it down my hall with it and pick it up a lot to step through the small areas and turn it to get it in. Plus the chairs, and you just don't even know. So I ended up pulling the same issue on this side, hopefully not as bad, because I recognized it this time because she told me, you know, I had the symptoms on this side and I ignored it. But this time I recognized it, and they told me if I had just started taking Motrin right away and relaxed it, it wouldn't have gotten so bad. So that's what I've been doing the last couple of days. This happened Saturday evening. So Sunday spent the whole day on the couch. Monday spent the whole day on the couch. I am taking Motrin, ibuprofen 800 milligrams every 4 to 6 hours. So we are not weighing or taking ketones, because there's one thing I learned last year, because I do suffer from fibromyalgia, that taking ibuprofen kicks me out of ketosis, and it makes my water weight go up about 7 pounds, and then I just maintain and it doesn't budge. Yesterday I was 168.8, I think, right around there. I know it's 168 something. So I decided maybe I'll get on the scale once a week, but I am not going to waste my test strips, and I am not going to stress myself out with what the scale says. I'm eating completely keto. You'll see my macros. I am not cheating. I am not going over on anything. So yeah, what have I eaten today? I've had a collagen coffee at about 11 o'clock, a half a scoop of collagen coffee. I'm about to have the other half. It's 1 o'clock. I'll probably have a protein shake, and then I will have my dinner. I'm thinking about doing pancakes and some hamburger stuff for dinner, or truffle or something in the hamburger meat. I don't know. I'll figure out something, because yeah. So, what did I do today so far? Well, I got off my butt after having the Motrin in me for a while. The pain is so much less, people. I don't know if it's because I have so much Motrin going in my system or what, but the day it happened, I couldn't even, like, do this. I couldn't turn my head to the right at all. Excruciating pain out of nowhere, tears running down my eye. So, I think I overexhausted. And then I saw this animal. We've had foxes before, and they're pretty and little. I've seen wolves and coyotes before. And all of a sudden, this weird, bigger than fox, but had a tail like a fox, and a very long snout though. Very mangy looking, and a rust color, not really rust, more like a tan. So it looked more like a coyote to me, but then again it didn't, because of the tail and the stature looked more like a fox. And then my dad was talking about red wolves around here. But it freaked me out. I thought it was going to eat my cats. And I jerked my head real fast because I saw it at the corner of my eye, and I jerked that way real fast, and that's when my neck started acting like crazy, like, so it could have been whiplash or something. So I was freaking out, but it didn't touch the cats, and it was scared of us, and it ran away, stopping eating the cat food. And so maybe it's a fox, because foxes are scared of cats. At least the ones around here are. They will not kill them. They will not hurt them. They're little chicken. Because if you know anything about foxes, they are a feline. They're from the feline family. They can actually climb a tree. I learned this years ago from my daughter. She's very into knowing knowledge like that. It's too bad she's allergic to animals, because she knows everything about baby kin. She knows everything you could ever think of about animals, because that's what she wanted to be, a vet. But she is so allergic, she has an EpiPen. We've been lucky. She's not had any, she's been having like ear aches and sniffles from Honey. She's one of the cats that she actually pets. It's the first cat she's petted in her life, because the doctors always told her to stay away from it. But it is kind of making her allergies worse, but not like EpiPen, not like the dogs do. Dogs, she can't be with them in seconds. Like, we're in the ER just a minute near a dog. It's really bad. But thank God her cat allergy isn't like that. And you know, originally we didn't want to make friends with any of them, so they don't come around here, but right now that's all she's got. Even though it's giving her a little earache, and it gives her sniffles, she takes her Claritin every day, and it's outside. But Honey's all she's got. She can't see her friends, she can't go to school, she can't do anything. She's very, very, very depressed, so that's what it is now. I was going to do 7 days of Halloween, and I didn't want to spend any money on costumes, and I don't have 7 days worth of costumes, but I do have some that I've thrown together that you will be seeing closer to the end of the week, which means I will definitely be uploading a video Sunday morning showing you at least what I'm wearing that day and what I ate and stuff like that, right? So, what else? Oh, I watched Dr. Eric Westman's live that I missed the other day, and he's been saying what I've said all along, and I knew he said it, but now he said it in his video. So if you want to go check it out, you can. It's called, Are You Consuming Too Much Fat on Keto? Something like that's what it's called. And I have believed that all along, and a lot of people will make other videos saying it's unhealthy, you have to eat your fats on keto. Okay, we eat more fat than we know we are for a lot of people, because if you're eating hamburger meat, you're eating steak with the fat on it, you're eating the skin of the chicken, you're getting the amount of fat you need. So what he's talking about is, that's the fat you need. It's on the meat. You can eat it if you want to, or you don't have to. See, if you start stalling, he tells you to cut that skin off. So your body has the fat you need on it while you're still losing weight. And that's always been my theory. Let your body eat its own fat. And I watch other people's videos, and I'm like, okay, we'll go to 95 and 100 fat instead of 45, because I've been 45 almost my whole 3 years of keto. Okay, I was in my 45 grams of fat a day. That's always been my thing. And one thing, it was because I did listen to him. I did listen to some other YouTube doctors. If you're eating all your fat, then you're not going to burn fat off your body unless you're a very active person. Right? That does make sense, right? And we have all this stored fat, which already has its nutrition in it because it's just been stored in our bodies. It's like going to the freezer and eating the food that's in the freezer. Why keep buying food over in the fridge when your freezer is full? Okay, we need to empty that freezer first. So we need to empty our bodies. I'm not going to stop putting butter in my coffee, though. I do not get that much fat a day from my butter. I only eat 2 tablespoons of butter a day. I know other people put way more than that. I don't use heavy creams. I don't use sour creams or cream cheese because they all stall me. I don't even really eat cheese anymore. I've stayed on his plan for almost a year of no nuts. Occasionally I'll have some. One of y'all sent me 3 Perfect Keto's pumpkin spice protein like bars to try. It's in my freezer right now. The MCT oil kind of melted out of it. And I plan on trying that this week, probably towards Halloween, like the end of the week. He doesn't believe in putting MCT oil in coffees. He doesn't do macros either. The macros he does is just carbs, 20 total carbs or less. He doesn't care if you're doing it clean or dirty. That's not a thing for him either. Clean is always better, but like he said, North Carolina's got a lot of poor people, and sometimes all we can do is go through that McDonald's drive-thru and get that McDouble with no bun, no ketchup, and eat it, right? Because that's cheap. It's $1 something. And sometimes it's what you got to do, especially that grass-fed beef. I know how expensive it is because I buy it. It's crazy expensive. So you do what you do, and you can still lose weight on it with no problem. So I just liked watching this video, reaffirming what I was doing and reaffirming what I've always been thinking. He like answered some people's questions about that kind of stuff, and tallow. Using tallow, and he's like, no, never even heard of it, don't even know what it is. Like, he's very, like, he explains that the original keto diet was the doctors would put you in the hospital and not feed you. It was called starvation keto. Wouldn't kill you. They would watch you. But that was the original keto. But then they learned, guess what was happening when you're starving? You eat your muscle too. And they didn't want people to be losing their muscle on top of it, because that can destroy you for life. Okay, this is why people who have the gastro bypass sometimes has issues with that, because sometimes they don't go for the protein first, because you're supposed to eat protein when you first get your gastro bypass, because your stomach's so tiny you can only get a little in, so you want it to be protein so you don't lose your muscle. Once you lose it all the way, I mean, eat it up, it's very hard to ever recover or get it back. Like, that I know from a lot of bodybuilders and different research I've done since I was younger. So then they discovered, give them protein. They're still in ketosis, eating tons of protein. Okay, so we're talking carnivore now. They're still in ketosis. And haven't you been told by other people on keto, you can't eat high protein because it's going to kick you out of ketosis, and you can't do this and you can't do that? No, that's not true. Just like they don't do the whole measuring keto mojo things. He doesn't believe in the GKI. They would just, you know, you got ketones or you're not. If you're eating keto, you're in ketosis. There's no way you're not, as long as you're keeping 20 total carbs or less. So that kind of made me feel a little better, because you know my whole GKI thing that I'm really into right now. So technically I probably am 100% in ketosis, but I have been doing net carbs lately. I think yesterday I got to 26. I don't know. I was not really paying attention to yesterday. I did end up eating those carrots, you know. So being keto is just ketogenic. It's just where your body burns on ketones. So there's no one out there that can tell you that you can't eat all the Quest bars and chips you want. As long as you're still in ketosis, you might be someone who can eat 70-something net carbs and still be in ketosis, while some of us other people might only be able to do 20 or 10 total carbs and not have any of the yummy stuff, because we all have different bodies, right? So you can do high keto, like high protein keto. You can do high fat keto, but I really have watched a lot of people weight fall off slower doing the higher fat, and I mean higher fat. I don't mean just normal. Like, if you're, like he said on the calorie deficit thing, you're naturally going to be in a lower calorie deficit doing keto, unless you have a metabolic issue like me and so many other people, where our body already is too low, and it isn't necessarily from all the years of dieting. Mine is from polycystic ovary syndrome. Other people have polycystic ovary and Hashimoto's, so they are both fighting against you. It's just the way people's bodies are. You just got to figure out what works for you, what keeps you in ketosis, what keeps you feeling good, what keeps your numbers moving. So I am on all this ibuprofen. I learned that last year I was stalled almost the whole year because of my ibuprofen, because from September I stopped losing weight. all the way up until I didn't really start losing weight again until April this year. And that's because during those months, I down ibuprofen like there's no tomorrow because of my fibromyalgia. My migraines are horrible that time of the year, and I can't function without it. Well, this summer I discovered when I take my ibuprofen, for every pill I have to sweat for an hour. That's sweating my butt off walking in the heat, which there's no heat anymore, working out in a hot house for over an hour each one. Well, I'm taking 3 or 4 a day and can't work out because of my boo-boo. So I'm not getting on this go because the water weight's there. Nothing I can do about it. Yesterday, I did get a little discouraged for a second, and I had bought some brownies from my mom. I took a bite. Okay, the bite would have been fine, right? It's just a tiny bite. But I didn't swallow and I didn't chew. Because when it hit my tongue, I was like, this is not what I remember. I don't like the taste of this at all. So even if I wasn't keto, I would have been spitting it out. But it didn't get chewed. It didn't get nothing. It got right back in that trash can because I was like, ew. And then I thought to myself, that was really gross. Like every time, like when I tried Hershey bar again a year ago, I hated the taste of it. Like that is one good thing about being keto so long for me is I like monk fruit sweeteners now. I do not like real sugar taste. Like there's been one thing that I put in my mouth that I still like the taste of, and that was Ho-Ho's pumpkin spice little things. The last time I ate those, I still liked them, but nothing. So far, there's been, when I did share a little tiny, I had like 10 carbs of a cornbread from, Sam's Warehouse last week. I shared it with my cat. She loved it. So yeah, that I still like the taste of, but everything else so far, I don't have cravings to go eat it because I don't like the taste of it. I don't like the taste of most candy bars, because, you know, in the last year or two, I've tried them again, and I just didn't like them. I still like donuts, but I'm staying way away from donuts, because that was my weakness. So, it's just weird how your taste buds change, and it's just not what I want. I'd rather have a deviled egg, or I'd rather have those pancake things I made. I really love those pancake things. So that part of cravings are gone. The cravings I'm having now is like pork rinds. I like the matte crackles that has the fat back attached. I do not keep them in my house because they do make my weight go up drastically. I know it's water weight or something. I can lose the weight in a day after eating them, but I overeat them. So they don't stay in my house. Whisks, I have to buy the smaller bags of them because I have really been addicted to whisks this last month, and I wasn't before. Same with those Licante little extract drops. I've been addicted to those lately. But all I've been wanting is ice and those cheese whisks. Like, I'm forcing myself to eat other foods because those are my addiction right now. I don't know why. My body's just craving ice, like so much ice. I know, usually that means my red blood cells are low again. That's why I got the hammer meat. I didn't really want it, but I need to up my iron levels and stuff. I can always tell when they're low. I start getting really lethargic. I get really bad cramping when Shark Week comes, and oh, I almost fainted last night from them because it's coming right now too. That's one reason we're staying off the scale. I just realized I have run my mouth for almost 20 minutes already, and I still need room to record my foods today, right? So I guess it's because I haven't really got to talk to y'all. Like, I've been busy and the internet's been messed up, so I really didn't make videos. And now I'm like, woo, just throwing up all this information. So the moral of the story is, keto is the way your body processes ketones. So if you're the person who can have all the sugar-free stuff, can have as many carrots as you want, and be keto, then you're keto. If you're the person who can eat all that fat and still lose weight, then you're keto. And even if you don't lose weight, as long as you're not gaining weight, right? So my body changes left and right. Like, I'm doing this 30-day challenge thing to stay like strict keto for 30 days. So yesterday was day 1. I think I went over the carbs a little because I was doing total carbs of 20. Today I've managed to go ahead and put the information in my app so I know where I'm going today. I'm out of the carrots. I'm not buying more because they always get me on. They're what messes up my macros. Like, that's when I have to switch to nut because I love those. I'm also almost out of the blackberries and strawberries, I think. So I'm not going to buy any more for the month. And we're going to see how much weight, or at least the water weight. The goal is to get all my water weight back off and maybe lose a pound or two. I'll be happy with just that for this month, especially since I can't work out. Did not work out for 181 pounds of my weight loss journey. The last 24, I had worked out like crazy for that and watched everything on a huge, huge cut. So it's just how life has been with my weight loss. The closer you get to your goal weight, the harder it gets. And I've been switching medicines around, and I am officially into the lower dose of my heart palpitation meds, which I'm very excited for. I think we have 1 or 2 more to lower it to, but I have to be on this one for at least 6 weeks or more so my body can get completely used to it. This is week 3, I think, 4. But I officially have no more side effects from coming off of it. The dizziness, the nausea, the blood pressure going crazy, the heart palpitations, it's all officially been gone for 4 days now, 4 or 5 days. So, that being said, I need to get going because there's some things I need to do today. So, yeah. I gotta fix the lighting in here. It looks like this kind of, I don't know, my phone just seems to be, maybe it's because the sun, I think it's like fading me out or something. I tried to film in the living room and I didn't feel like dragging out the lighting and I couldn't get enough light in there. So I'm like, we're just going to come in here and sit. Yeah, I'm still wiped out. Motrin does that to me. It swells me a little because all the water weight, and it kind of makes me feel, because I'm not in ketosis, and it makes me feel like crap. But in the same thing, without it, I couldn't even move my neck. I can't function at all. So it's kind of like one of those bad, good, evil things, like a necessary evil where I have no choice but to do it, even if it does give me other bad things. I can work with those bad things versus, yeah, you know, the craziness. So I am probably going to go make me a coffee or get a strawberry premier protein shake. I already calculated that in my macros. I usually do not calculate macros for the day. I just put in what I eat and go with it. And come dinner, if I got enough room for it, I usually don't keep stuff in the house like carrots or berries, so I'm usually really good. I never go over. But I've had a lot of carrots and berries lately, so I'm having to make sure the macros fit each day. So I programmed what I'm eating today already into my app, which is really different for me. I saw Keto in the Chaos do it, and I was like, okay, we'll try it. But I'm so picky that sometimes I change my mind what I want to eat. Like, I'm really picky. I don't know what I want each minute. I've been wanting pork chops, but I'm out of that. And like I said, I need the red meat, so we're doing hamburger. So, yeah. I don't think I'm putting anything in the hamburger. I think I'm just going to eat hamburger. We'll see. It's 7 o'clock. I'm starving. This is my first real meal of the day. I've had a protein shake a couple of hours ago. I've had 1 scoop of collagen coffee, about to have another half a scoop of collagen coffee, having 2 of the pancakes. I put a lot more pumpkin spice. We'll see how that goes over. 5 ounces of ground hamburger meat. I'm being lazy. It's nothing special. This is my dinner.
What is this? Why do you have so many toys?
Honey, you're not supposed to eat the stick and string. You're supposed to play with the other and then let me hold the stick. How many toys you got at one time?
She's eating the string. one fall for each toy.